Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan, and the topic of this 10-minute moan is me uncovering some lies and some missing people from the recent Manchester airport case. And now that that case is over, I feel free and easy to start talking about it. Something that is strange that actually got wrong with the case. When the video evidence was being made public and then newspapers were able to start reporting these videos, I kind of thought there's a missing video. We saw video footage of the assault in Starbucks with the other traveller who apparently had upset the two accused mother at some point in either the plane in the flight or at the baggage reclamation area. And there was a skirmish in Starbucks where the two men denied that they had assaulted this other traveller. I'll come back to that. We had another video, the second video, which originally, remember, we just seen the bit with the police officer kicking the man in the face, and then we saw more of that video as time went on, and we saw these guys battering and assaulting police officers, including two females who, at least one of them, got a serious injury. Well, at that time, I remember seeing a third video. That I've been to Manchester Airport many times, I've been at that terminal, I've been in that car park, and it appeared to me, as you come out the main terminal building, you cross the road into the car park area, the doors open, there's a wide corridor until it opens up into where the ticket machines are, where the big skirmish took place. And this video from my memory was in the bit just before it opens up. So you come across the road, sliding doors, into a wide corridor before it opened up. And I was like, there's another video. Why has that video not been used in court? Well, I found out when I eventually found the video. It wasn't the easiest thing to find, but I did find it. And I'm going to show you in a second. But the reason it didn't show up in court was it was of another two Asian guys. Turns out there was three. One was off camera. One of them got wrestled to the ground with the police after getting some gas in his face because obviously he didn't want to be arrested. And it must be after the incident, because lo and behold, the people in that are actually in the scuffle video, and I'll show you and talk more about that. So I kind of wonder what happened to these guys. And also, going back in time and looking at stuff that was about at the time, I've unearthed some complete lies of what these people claimed. They claimed that their mother was punched by a police officer, and they also admitted in the same WhatsApp messages that they had indeed assaulted the guy in Starbucks. Yet stood in a court of law, under oath, didn't do it. Not guilty, right? So that's what I want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video that I eventually found, the one that was a bit difficult to find, that I had in my head, and then I was starting to think it was a Mandela effect, and it didn't really happen, right? I found it eventually with a bit of help, and it's not them. But I want to show you the video just to sort of jog everybody's memory. So, as you can see, and I'm just going to show you something. Arrested. Right. So you can see in the back there, he's got a grey jumper with some writing on it, and the other guy has got a red t-shirt, blue denims, right? And there's actually a third guy that you don't see in this video, but I've got another video from another angle. I'll come back to that. So then when we go to the actual video, just pause that a second. A few things I want to talk about here. You see quite clearly the man with the red t-shirt on. That's the same man. Down at the front left of this screen here, you'll see a man bent over with a grey jumper. Watch him. Stop. It's the same guy, right? So these two guys that were in a discussion with the cops in a short time after this video here, they are on the scene. And I'll just play it out. To be fair, they don't look as if they get involved, right? And it's all kicking off. Now, the other thing I want you to watch right now on this video, can you see the mother right in the centre, just above the little red bag, right? So she is concerned because her son's getting arrested. And there's a cop right immediately in front of her. And then in front of him is her son. She's still not hit. Now, can you see? That's her son that's directly in front of her. He's on top of the cop at this point. And bang, she hits the deck. His elbow has elbowed his mother clean across the jaw, or as we found out later, the eye. So just turn that back a bit. Right, so that's the brother, her son, bang, right, and the mother hits the deck. That isn't a cop. So total lies to suggest that your mother got hit with the cops. The other thing I want to talk about is the police are moving in here, right? They're into the older brother who's buying the ticket here. The other brother is behind the cops at this point in the grey. He can quite clearly see that there's 3 people uniformed in front of him before any punch is played out, right? He's no punched anybody new, he's walked round them and then he starts punching them. And his claim at court was, I didn't know they were cops. Total and utter lies. I'm going to show in a second or two a WhatsApp message which appears to be from one of the brothers, right? So there you go, this guy's still totally unaware that he was rambling about with cops, right? So there we go. Now, just if you look at the top right, oh, let me pause that a second. You'll see, get rid of that for a second. You see that guy? That's the guy later on the top right with the red on, right? So, we've now seen that. I'm going to stick this up just a second. So this is an apparent WhatsApp message which has been forwarded, and it appears to be one of the brothers. My mum has injuries to her face. My brothers only intervened because an officer hit my mum in the face for no reason. Lies. Backstory, some guy swore at my mum and rammed the trolley into her. Bro, as Apney, no one is more precious than your mother. Apney's an Urdu word. It just means your belongings, something that's close to you. So, yeah, I can agree with that. And yes, my brother assaulted the guy who hit my mum. So there they are, admitting guilt, that he did hit the guy in Starbucks, but we'll go to court and deny that. And this claim that the cops punched the mother in the face for no reason. Then at the bottom, the cop hit my mum, bro. She's got a black eye. How would that make anyone feel? So total nonsense, this defence that my poor wee mum got hit with a copper. You can see quite clearly there. The mother, to be fair, I would hate to see my son or daughter, for that matter, in that situation. And she just went to intervene and maybe get close, and she got an elbow. Not by any copper. Not deliberately, as some are claiming, but from her, right? Now, there's something really strange about these other 2 guys. Remember the first video with the red t-shirt guy and the guy with the grey with the writing? Right. There's something a bit weird about them that I can't put my finger on. But stick in the comments below what you think's going on. So here is, from the front, right, you've got the video that we've already taken. Now, you can see in this one a third guy that you didn't really see in the middle. The red guy's standing in front of him, protecting him, saying, don't go near him, right? But there's a second video from the back of these people, right? Now, this is a bit weird. Just going to pause a second. So you can see more of this smaller guy with the dark clothing. Watch the guy in the red and how he reacts. Now, bear in mind, there's 3 people there. There's one who did get pepper sprayed and flung to the floor and handcuffed, and this one here to the left that doesn't look too much danger at the time. But his immediate reaction is to protect this smaller one. See, the cops now got the smaller one's hand, and the guy in the left is in the meanwhile, totally ignoring a guy who has been arrested to his right, who was in the same group. Strange. Really strange. I mean, the man telling us not to taser out to the guy smaller than the guy with the red stripe, but he's let the other guy get the spray and all the stuff. And I just find that particularly bizarre. So what I would like to know now that the trial's finished, who are these people? Who, particularly the one that he's trying to protect, who I would hopefully imagine eventually get arrested. Now, he'd get nothing to do. I've watched the video footage of the skirmish, and you can see the guy, he's at the way at the back. He's never at any time looked as if he's been involved with the incident. And a peculiar thing you see in one video of the incident, the guy with the red t-shirt is like making sure he doesn't get involved. So who's this really suspicious character that's just like got to be protected? Did he do something else that day that we don't know about? Has he got warrants out for him? Is he an illegal alien? What's his story? So this case is actually leaving us more questions than answers. And the strange thing is how anybody could possibly, a jury came back very, very quickly and told a judge, we will never get a unanimous decision here. How can you tell that after a very short, it was within hours of deliberation, put a note out to the judge to say we will not be able to make a unanimous decision? To be that confident, you must have had somebody in that jury room saying, I ain't finding them guilty. And the other strange thing is the charges that they just said we can't get to a decision on these. Now, we've all seen the evidence. And we will never know, because of the way the UK judiciary and jury laws and things work, we'll never find out what went on in that room. But I would love to know the demographic makeup of that room. And I think that might give us a few hints as to why some strange things went on in the jury of the weirdest case in recent history in the UK, where we've had lies, videos not being used, people that are involved not being formally charged, etc. And just leaves a lot of things open to the imagination. However, if you liked the video, thumbs up, comments and hit share please. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much to everybody who donated through the Buy Me a Coffee for the trip. Absolutely outstanding. Really humbled by the response to that. But most importantly of all, unless you're the type of person that wants to blame the cops for punching your mother when it was you accidentally, unless you're the type of person that wants to assault somebody, admit that you did, but then deny it, not you. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.